I Am Content is the title of my new Easter cantata that is going to be premiered on Easter Sunday at St. Peter's Church. It is scored for solo soprano and Baroque ensemble consisting of a string quintet of Baroque strings, two violins, viola, cello and double bass, plus Continuo organ and an oboe. My cantata follows the blueprints of many of Bach's own cantatas. It consists of recitatives, arias and chorales. It is also a so-called chorale cantata. That means it has a single chorale melody as a motivic idea behind each movement. The chorale in question is Es ist genug, or I am content, as it translates to English. And it's a melody that was composed by Johann Rudolf Ahle. It's a very interesting melody because the first phrase consists of a whole tone scale. I am content, my Jesus ever lives, are the words. Let's take a look at some of the examples of my cantata, starting with the first recitative, for which the words are from another Easter chorale, Erschienen ist der herrliche Tag. It starts like this. Der glorious day has appeared. I don't have that note in the harpsichord. I also quote the choral melody. It's about a 40-second recitative, and we go on into the first aria, which is a da capo aria, very familiar to us from operas of that period, the Baroque period, and also from arias from the St. Matthew Passion and many of Bach's cantatas. The words, "Arise my heart, the Lord's day has driven off the night of fear." I set these words to the melody of the other chorale, I Am Content, and it's the following recit is an excited one where the women discover the empty grave and tell the men that hasten and run, you fugitive feet, find a cave that hides Jesus, laughing and jesting accompany our hearts, for our salvation has risen. And these words come from the Easter Oratorio by Bach, the opening chorus of 249, BWV 249. And I accompany this, I made this opening chorus words into a recit. And we have a very exciting accompaniment. Oh, hasten and run. It's full of runs in the accompaniment, so it's a lot of fun. But it's very short. And then it's followed by a chorale fantasia, taking the melody and the words, the second words of I Am Content, and I use the strings in unison. And that's also a technique Bach used in many of his cantatas. And the oboe and the soprano are singing the melody in unison as a cantus firmus. You can hear that I use meters that are a little bit off, 7/8, 11/16, so that the rhythm is very exciting because this movement follows the fugitive feet. So the women are telling, hey guys, you left Jesus on the cross when he was suffering, which is true, and the women were there, but the men all left. And so they are telling them, Okay, now come on and see what's happening at the grave. So this section is where they're running to the grave. Then it's immediately followed without a recitative by an aria, for which the words come from the cantata you heard at Transfiguration Sunday, BWV 84, Ich bin vergnügt, or I am content, another word for content in German. I'm content with the fortune that my dear God bestows on me. It's another solo oboe aria, which again uses a little bit of the quotation from the main chorale in the accompaniment. Again, you hear these sonorities which are derived from the first four notes of the chorale. So here is with the oboe accompaniment, oboe solo. Soprano is singing. I am content, I am content that the fortune that my dear Lord bestows on me. Something like that. That's the core, the heart of the cantata, this particular aria entitled I Am Content. And there are a couple more movements, a very short recitative after that. Rise of Believers with a nice melisma in the soprano. Rise of Believers. And it's also full of runs. There's a big rejoice aria. Rejoice, you heart, fade away sorrows. The Savior lives and rules within you. And those words come from Erfreut die Herzen, which is number 66, another Easter cantata, an opening chorus of that Easter cantata. And then there's another recit, a little bit longer recit, meaning 1 minute. My Jesus lives, no one can take this from me, therefore I die without grieving. I'm certain I couldn't resist the temptation to quote, I know my Redeemer lives. So it comes directly at the beginning of the recit, with the soprano quoting, I know my Redeemer lives. My Jesus lives. There you go. And then the strings. You have the first the full first phrase. And as each cantata, every cantata, this cantata also ends with a very simple representation of the chorale. I'm looking forward to recording this cantata with our own St. Peter's Bach Collegium, Eddie Starrett, soprano soloist, and David Dickey, Baroque oboist, and bring this new work to you on Easter Sunday 2021. Thank you for watching.